obviously, everyone knows it's going to be a difficult transition, but I think they're headed in the right direction, no question about it. And I like the direction that they're going.
In what areas?
I like offensively. I really do. I think so many times when you bring in a new offensive coordinator, you don't get to bring his offensive line coach in. So there's some cohesiveness that's there. And then you talk about the wide receiver. So I think wide receiver coach in Bellamy, who happens to be a former roommate, but I think it's a good mix. And when I watch them out here working, you see what they're trying to accomplish. So you see the game plan developing, and it's just now a matter of to be able to stay the course and continue to build on it.
You pay attention to the running backs. Give me your thoughts on these guys.
Well, I think, Young and Ferguson can play anywhere in this league. Whether or not they'd be a starter or not is another story, but I think they're both talented guys that really, if the offensive line comes together like I think that they will, they'll be able to make some yards on the ground so it just doesn't become a pass rush drill from an offensive standpoint.
Do you have to wake up in the morning and have a sign over your head at all and know what town you're in?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I am on these early calls. But, it's, as I always say, it beats digging ditches. And, at the end of the day, I sit around and watch football all day. So get a chance to watch it and really get a chance to see, just how other teams and organizations like to do things.
Do you watch an Illinois game any differently than you do the others?
Well, no, because I really don't. Obviously, I have a rooting interest there, but, I don't watch them. I kind of, try to be fair. At the end of the day, when I'm watching any of the games, when you critique them, you're trying to be fair, so you're trying to be balanced. So I don't watch any differently.
I know last year you saw Champaign in the stadium. Do you like coming out there and cool it all and seeing him here more or anything? Or?
I like watching them in the stadium. That way when I leave here, I can go right down to Green Street to find some, there's some built-in advantages of being there. But I understand why they come here and what the mindset is of bringing them here. And, it works. I'll say this. I think this is a drastically different team than the first time I saw them in their first spring. I just think that they have a swagger about them. There's a calmness around the program. So, like I said, I like where they're going.
Any advice you've given Bellamy?
No, I can't give you any advice coaching now. Just do a good job.
You look at the lines, that seems to be the big worry. What do you see out of their offensive and defensive line?
Well, I like the offensive line. I think the defensive line, they're going to have to do some things to get some pressure on the quarterback, which is not, so unlike a lot of programs that are out there that don't really have that dominant player that's up front. At least he has not emerged at this point that I can see. But it's one of those things. It's going to be a learning process. It's going to be an opportunity for some young guys to be able to step up and make an impact. But right now, I really don't see that particular guy in the defensive line that's going to be able to do it. I think when you talk about offensive line, it's the group. If those guys are moving at the same time and understand their assignments, had a chance to watch them really in pre-practice, and it looks like they have a great grasp of what teams are going to be trying to do to them. Obviously, in camp, you're practicing against your own guys, but you at least get a feel for what they're trying to do.
Being a